If you do not earn enough, just earn more. No, that's not my tip. Hi and very welcome. My name is Mary. This is my channel Lumi Level Up, and I'm a luxury lover on an average income, trying to be more mindful with my money. In this video I will share 5 tips with you how I managed to stay on track with my finances and which mindful money habits I do use to build wealth over time and not splurge everything on luxury designer handbags. Disclaimer, I'm not here to suggest to you to get a side hustle, that you have to build multiple streams of income if you want to get on track of your finances. It is what many YouTube videos on this topic do suggest, that you would have to earn more to be able to save more, and therefore you would have to work more and build multiple streams of income. But even though for sure that would help with money, I don't think it is very realistic. I personally think it's just a way many YouTubers make you click their videos, promising they would have a magical solution. But ain't nobody got time for that. Seriously, I work full-time 40 hours a week, most of the time even more with overtime. Then there is a household that wants to be done, and friends and family I want to spend time with, and hobbies I want to follow for pleasure. I still want to have a life. In the past I have been working multiple jobs parallel, but I personally think that does not work that well anymore once you really grew up and once you stepped into a demanding job that really does challenge you physically or mentally or both. So I am all in for building a passive income, but I'm not here suggesting you to get multiple streams of active income and getting a side hustle, and that this would be the only way to step up your financial game. My 5 tips can be implemented in your everyday daily life easily, but let's get started. Tip number 1. Pay off debt and try not to build new debt. I'm not here to judge you if you got into credit card debt, or you're still paying off your student loan, or whatever circumstances might have got you into debt. Sometimes life is hard and we do struggle financially. But if that has been the case for you, I would not recommend you to splurge on luxury designer items too much until you get the debt paid off. It eats up your money each and every month with paying the interest rates, and it just builds up. I'm not your mommy who lifts her finger and says, if you have debt, you have to live frugal and you may never ever get anything unnecessary until the debt is paid completely off. And if your life is terrible right now at the moment and a certain purchase might be the only thing to make it at least a little bit better, who am I to tell you to not get it with your credit card? But just try to make it not a habit to go into debt for luxury items, because it's really not worth it long terms. Pay off first and then you can splurge with a clearer conscience. Of course, if you bought a house or something like that, you might have a mortgage loan and might pay it off for the next, well, maybe 20, 30 years. There is not so much of a chance to not spend anything on luxury items ever again until the debt is paid off. But then it is really important to have a payment plan. How much do you earn a month? How much do you pay off a month? And how much is there really left for your pleasure spendings? Leading to tip number 2, track everything. Some people just do it for a limited time to get a feeling for how much they are spending and how they could improve it. I started to track my spendings years ago and I'm still doing it till this day. Just write down every single expense and spending. And when I say every expense, I really do mean every expense. Down to the sandwich at the bakery or the parking ticket. I think by now all of us have heard it somewhere. The coffee money and how much we could save if we would just skip the coffee to go. You can do it by hand and write it in a notebook or do it with an app, which is very convenient and what I have done for years. And I promise you will be surprised how even the smallest things add up. And if you do know exactly what you spend on, you know where you have to work on. The app I'm using and have been using for years makes pretty little charts and diagrams, so you can really dive into your analytics. Sadly, I cannot really recommend it to you since it's a German app with German language and most of my viewers do not speak German, so it would work for them. But there are many apps out there and I'm sure you can find the right one for you. It might be a little embarrassing, but I'm going to share this with you. This is my real annual statistics for 2021. I'm far away from being perfect with money. You can see the different categories I'm spending on. It's housing, food, gas, entertainment, beauty, and shopping is one of my categories as well. Guess which one? Yeah. It's the red part with nearly 49% of my spendings. For sure, that's what I have to work on, but at least I do know down to every single penny where my money goes. And I do have to emphasize that this chart does not include my savings and investments, it's just my spendings. And I have a different diagram for the money I invest into shares and stocks and savings. So it's not that over half of my yearly salary really goes into shopping and splurging. At least I really do try to avoid so. Leading to tip number 3. Always pay yourself first. And by that I don't mean pay yourself to treat yourself or to splurge. I mean set up an amount you are able to save monthly, and as soon as you get your salary, take that amount and put it away. Out of sight, out of mind. Use it to pay off debt or to put it into savings, or half of it to your savings account, the other half to your splurging account. Maybe if you're saving up for a particular luxury goal you might have, if that is something you do need in your life or you want to have in your life. The most important part is get the money out of your sight right away, so you do not get tempted to splurge it spontaneously. If you wait until the end of the month and you want to save what is left, chances are there might be nothing left to save. It works psychologically way better if you already save at the beginning of the month and not just at the end. And if you do follow tip number 2 to track all your expenses, you know exactly how much money you really do need for housing and food and rent and loans and bills, and what amount of spare money there is that you can put into savings. And of course, if there still is anything left at the end of the month, when you get your next salary, put that away into savings as well. Ideally, you do have 2 different accounts, so it really is out of sight, out of mind. Tip number 4, and I really have to admit, this is a tricky one. Just spend what you earn in a month. And completely forget that you do have money. If you build up mindful money habits, you will eventually build up money over time as well. And when you know it is there and you are a luxury lover, it's not that easy to not go out and about and just buy that bag of your dreams and mindlessly splurging all the money you have saved up. That's why I try to stick to the habit you can only spend in a month what you have earned in a month. And I try to treat every new month as a new beginning, as if I was starting from zero each and every month. Of course, there do happen things in life when you get not along with the money you earn in one month. If your car breaks or there is a huge medical bill or whatever circumstances occur, then you might have to touch your savings. Lucky you if you build them up in time and you do not have to go in debt. Of course, with my average income, if I decided that I really want to have a certain luxury designer handbag, I might not be able to afford it with only 1 month's salary next to my necessary spendings. But therefore, I have set up the category Save for Luxury for myself. That is spare money I put monthly a little amount to, so that I can allow myself to splurge and expand the frame of just spend what you earned in 1 month if I really want to get a piece. But when that Save for Luxury fund is looted, you have to stick to mindfulness again. Build it up again and not touch your savings. No. Last but certainly not least, tip number 5, maybe my personal favorite: invest your savings. You will hear me drop little notes about investing in my videos over and over again, since it is something I am really passionate about. And I think it is something very important. Not enough people take really serious. Sadly, it is not enough to just save your money. It's a good start for sure. But if you just keep your money in your bank account, inflation will eat it up over time. Instead of building wealth, you're just losing buying power over the years. Guess we all have noticed that the prices of of Chanel, Louis Vuitton and Hermes are only going up, and the money in our bank account isn't if it just sits there. So you have to get that money working. Put it into shares, put it into stocks, put it into investments that do grow over time. Of course, when it comes to investing, there always is a risk. If there was a magic formula what exactly to invest into to make your money grow without any risk, everyone would just do it and we would be all rich, right? But the key is to split the risk and invest in a variety of assets and businesses and sectors. So if one or two, or worst case some, decisions might not have been the best, there still are others to cover up for, and overall your money and wealth will grow. And you build up a little passive income with dividends as well. That have been my 5 mindful money habits that you can incorporate in your everyday life to get on track with your finances, even if you are a luxury lover on an average income. Are there any tips you already do apply? Or do you have some important ones that I didn't mention? Share it with us in the comments. If you did like that video, leave me a like so I do know, because I would have some more mindful money habits down my sleeve I could share with you in a second part if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye! Right now I have 2 flies in this room and it seems like there is nothing I can do about it. So if you hear them zooming, I'm sorry, really sorry. Why? I think we might have really stupid light today. And shadows. Well, I can change that right now.